with white. I'd say not everybody's going to have white, but if you've got a white seat cover, make sure your hands are clean. I don't do the washing, so I can use my trousers. Right, cover gets laid on. You can see the original piping line on the 300 where the original cover was. Just eye up, you'll see on the cover there's a centre mark there, which is what I use for sewing up to make sure that the cover is in the centre. If you want, you can actually just visualise the centre, or you can measure and give yourself a centre mark. I mean, I've done so many now that I tend to know where the centre is. Again, at the front you have got another centre mark on the cover to give you a hand. Put that in the centre. Again, get the piping roughly where it was originally. Put your hand inside and hold it, and just ease that over. With that seam there, just make sure that your hands pull the seam together, because the last thing you want to do is rip that seam. So if you put your hand together and just take the pressure off that seam, that's fine. That's actually rolled a bit too far now, so what I'm going to do, pull that back. This seam here is going to go roughly where the original, well, exactly where the original seam went. Okay. You need to pull, again, keeping your centre line to your centre line, pull that tight forward, hold it with your hand. Again, I'm turning that around just for the camera's sake. Again, hold that together so there's no pressure on the seam to rip it, and pull. Okay. Use your other hand. You can just keep smoothing that down like that. That's actually pulled this back into its position now. Right, turn that over. Give that a good tug. Give that a good tug. Keep your eye on the piping line. A lot of this is all visual, so keep your eye on the seat to make sure it is staying where it is central. Right, this is where I use my air gun. Again, say the hand one is fine. We've had about, probably up to now, about 15 DIY fit, and people are obviously using hand staple guns with no detrimental effects as far as I'm aware anyway. Right, nice pull, fold that over, hold it with the hand. And my staple gun didn't fire. Right, there we go, just one in there. I suggest you then go to the corner, that seam, get that good pull tight. Again, hold it your finger with the staple. And at the pull of the corner. There we go, told you to have a noise. What I'm doing here is, you have the piping and you have a seam on the piping. If you can, just use your fingers to push the seam downwards, because that way it looks a bit more professional and it keeps all the piping facing the same direction. It goes quite easy, just do that and the seam will go from that face down to that face. As you can see, that's already tight with 3 staples. Go to the front again, making sure these seams are central. I start with the centre, pull it tight, finger over again, staple in there to the seam. Again, looking at that, again we've got a little bit of a crease there, as you can see, but if you watch, as long as you do that, smooth it down with your hand. Actually, that staple just popped out then. Right, I know I'm going to run out of staples in a minute, so before we go any further, some more in. If you do get dirt on it, white spirit is fine to get it off, but just ordinary standard white spirit. Right, what I'm going to go to now is this seam here, because this is what gives you the recess down into the cover. So I use this point here, and I get this and I pull like that, and you'll see that seam start to go down. So again, staple, possibly 2 in that one, just to make sure it holds. That's it. Back to the other side. Again, that seam. Just use your hand a little bit as you pull it, just make that go down. We can see already that it's tight. There's a few little bits like there, but that will all go when we start pulling out. So really what we need to do now is just start working it all the way around now. So on there. Again, there's no real sequence to this way. Just start filling evenly really. Back to the other side. If you do it sort of one side then the other, then you keep the cover as even as you can. Again, it is all down to just really pulling. Boom. Again, like that. Make sure that if you do drop one on there, you do get rid of it. Right, I'm obviously when going to fill the rest of it in, simple as that. Just fill it all the way in, as many as you like. There was probably sort of, you know, inch gap, something like that. Fill it in, there's no need to do that now. You can see if you turn it over, there's your cover fitted. No creases and wrinkles. A few dirty marks which I'll need to wipe off again because we're doing it on white. There's your seat cover. Don't forget the plastic clips back on. Obviously it's self-explanatory how you're going to put them on the same way as you took it off, and that is basically it.